Hey, so today I wanted to film a back to school look, and the way I'm going to be doing this is so that at different intervals there's kind of stopping points that you can use depending on how much time you personally have in the morning. And of course you don't have to use as much makeup, or you could use more. You could do a full beat if you wanted to before school, which I did on certain days, but I'm going to show you a more natural look today. And I know I did a neutral get rid of me before, but I wanted to continue with something more natural so that way you can have something more toned down, less glam for school because of the lack of time, so that way you get more minutes to sleep in the morning. So the first thing I do in regards to makeup in the mornings is I would set up my face to be moisturized and hydrated throughout the day. So to do this, I use the Concha Nakar Mother of Pearl cream, and it is a wonder because, as you can see, I have some acne and a lot of hyperpigmentation, and this cream specifically is very good at getting rid of the hyperpigmentation. So I just take a dollop and I put that on my face. The next thing I do, not only for moisture but to also make sure that the makeup lasts all day long, is I use the Mario Badescu Rosewater Spray. Go ahead and spread some of this on my face. The next step is honestly personal preference. Me personally, my most important feature to have makeup on in the morning is my eyebrows and then my eyelashes. So I start my makeup by doing what I find most important. So I'm just using a Wet n Wild black eyeliner, put on a little bit for school. So I just draw one line, and I do them a little bit more than I normally do for school just because I used to do a really strong brow and then I started doing a super natural brow, so I do a bit of an in-between. So I'm just brushing out that line. So once the black eyeliner is there and blended out, as you can see, it's kind of messy and uneven on both eyes. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a black eyeshadow, and I'm just using this one from a palette I got at Forever 21. It's not the most pigmented, but that's what I like about it, because it's easy to accidentally build up your brows too much, so this gives me more freedom to build them at my own pace and stop when I'm ready. So I'm just darkening the end of my brow so that it has more shape, and I'm giving the arch more shape because that's where most of the eyebrow shape is coming from. And then just to make it even, I'll dust whatever's left in the middle of the brow, and I just totally wrecked that. Okay, so as you can see, they're still pretty messy and they're really bold. So what we're gonna do is take a spoolie again and just brush out. And this made them even messier, and normally what we would do is clean this up with concealer, but since concealer has to be set and it takes multiple steps and it has time, all I do is take a damp cotton swab, Q-tip, and
I was like basically moving in real life slow motion during this clip, so you see my lips moving, but I took out the sound. Just really quickly explaining what I'm doing, I just clean up the brow by going around the negative space and erasing every kind of little flaw and mistake.
Now I have a nice bold brow and it's all cleaned up on the edges without having to use concealer. The next most important thing for me is mascara, and in order to get it to go a bit faster, what I'll do is I'll take two different mascaras and use them both after curling my eyelashes. So as you can see, it added a lot of volume and dark color. My favorite mascara is the Rimmel Scandaleyes Flex because it feels very light, it dries, but it doesn't feel too dry and crumbly. And then I also use the CoverGirl Plump Crusher. So at this point, if I was running late, this is all I would do. And if I did have more time, I would continue. And the next thing I would use would be a highlighter. Now, if you don't have a highlighter, because sometimes you have your highlighters in palettes and you can't take them on the go or anything like that, then a good substitute is any shimmery eyeshadow. So from this Forever 21 palette, there are 2 shimmery champagne colors, which I have hit pan on one of them because I used to use it as a highlight every single day. And then if you want a more high-end shimmery shadow, I like to recommend the Modern Renaissance palette, and I love, love, love the shade Vermeer. A lot of people prefer Primavera because it is more golden, but I love highlighters with pink tones in them. I also want to really quickly show you a few different brush options. This is an angled contour brush, but I love how it fits on my cheeks personally. It might be too big for some people or too small for others, but I really love this to apply. Also, you can use any fan brush. This is just a thin one, so you get a nice natural glow. And then this is a flat top blending brush, and I go ahead and use this usually with my ColourPop highlight. So first I'm using my flat top blending brush, and I'm going to take it into my ColourPop Might Be highlighter. And the key to highlighter and doing it quickly is to get a lot of product on your brush, smile, and just tap very quickly. And then go in circles and bring it up to the brow bone. And voila, you have a nice highlight on your skin. This one I want to show you is the Forever 21 palette. And I'm going to be using this angled contour brush and just dipping it back and forth into those 2 shades. And making sure that the brush has a lot of the colors on them. Spend more time putting it on the brush, less time on the face. So again, the trick is to smile and swipe, and then just go in here and in here. So as you can see, that took even less time than the ColourPop one did. I've got a nice glow even on my eyelid because I just dust it above, below, and on the cheekbones, so I get that full face type of glow. The final method I'm going to show you is with more pigmented eyeshadows. I'm just going to dip into Primavera and Vermeer with this fan brush, and I'm going to use this actually to apply it to my nose. You can see it did give that bright shine. The final highlighter trick that I'm going to show you involves a small brush. I'm going to show you how to kind of create a nose contour without having to use contour powder. You're just going to want to put a small dot on the tip of the nose, and then as thin of a line as possible on the bridge of your nose, and blend it with the fluffier brush so you don't have a harsh dot or line on your nose. As you can see from the sides, since there is no highlight there, it brings more height to the nose and more length. Originally filming, I took like 2 minutes to tell you that I'm highlighting my inner corners so I look more awake. That's it. Yep, thanks. And as you can see, I just placed 2 dots in my inner corners, and it kind of brings up and open the eyes, and then I'm going to drag it underneath. This is another stopping point. The highlight is what really brings light and awakeness to your face. The next most important thing to me is the lips, because that again adds more color to your face. I recommend using a natural color when you go to school, just so that if it does smudge off in the middle of the day, you don't have to deal with it. But again, it's always okay to do whatever you want when you go to school. Right now I'm going to recommend 2 different methods. The first method, you could of course apply a liquid lipstick. This is the shade Berlin of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I love this. But another method I want to show you is a more moisturizing method. So what you're going to do is you're going to use a lipstick. I'm using the MAC lipstick in Persistence, and then you're going to want to use a type of lip moisturizer. This is the Baby Lips moisturizer in Peach Kiss, and then you're going to want a gloss. Now I'm very extra, so I'm going to use 2. This is the Ulta lip gloss in the shade Golden Glitter, and this is the Maybelline Shine Shot in 01. First, you're just going to take the lipstick, and the reason I use natural shades is so that it's really easy to apply. Like that is literally all I needed. You're going to take your moisturizing lip product. Mine has a little bit of a peach tint to it, so it complements the brown lipstick. So after applying that over the whole lip, I'm going to take this two lip glosses and mix them together on the back of my hand really quickly, and just apply that in the center. And as you can see, that gives a lovely shine. And the cool thing about this is, since it's a gloss, it's really easy and fast to reapply. This next step is something that there's multiple options for you to be able to use product-wise. The main goal is to make your under eyes look brighter, or at least more conform. So I would use this shade right here. As you can see, it hit pan, so I'll show you something a little bit more easy to see. Morphe 35OM palette, and it would be the third shade from this tan shade. And this tan shade could also work, but this shade is the most similar shade. You want to find a color that is kind of similar to the darkness of your under eyes. Luckily for me, I have 3 versions of it. But the goal is to spread this all over your upper eyelid and a little bit underneath, just so that everything kind of blends together and it looks a bit more like eyeshadow. But if you have larger dark circles, this may not work for you, but for me personally it does work. It saves time because I'm going to show you how fast this wash of color just goes on, so I'm not going to speed up this one part. So you're just going to take the color on the brush, a fluffy angled blending brush I'm using. You can use any blending brush, and you're just gonna start from where you did the highlight in the inner corner and dust outward, and then go from the outside and go in, and then go under, and then blend it up, and there you go. You look like you have no bag with the Forever 21 palette. Get the color on the brush, very pigmented on the brush, so really dig in. And then again, from the inner corner highlight, out, up, back and forth, underneath, up. If I was really feeling extra that day, there's the dark brown, so I'm going to take that in the outer crease and blend it. Last thing I'll do is take a black eyeshadow. This palette is my only black eyeshadow. The other one has a almost black, but I prefer this black because it's a true black. And you're gonna get quite a bit on the brush, but you're just gonna stamp it on both eyes and then drag it into the crease. As difficult as I would ever make the eye look. And if I was really feeling like I needed a natural glam look without the lashes are life-changing, but for school I just take a really long time to put lashes on. I would take the e.l.f. eyeliner. I would line my eyes. Would go unless I did a full beat, which I would wake up so early for. For my close-ups, I used this framing, and I want to use this framing right now as well because I just think it's adorable. Like, you can see Frida, you can see me. I don't know, I just like it. So I want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, I hope I helped you learn how to do something faster or how to get some more sleep, because everyone needs more sleep, especially when they need school. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all well, and if you actually made it to this point of the video, there's probably no one, but comment red or orange because I want to do a colorful look next. I've done 2 semi-natural looks. I don't know what to say, so let's roll. Those close-ups I just did that inspired this outro.